Say E, A, G, L, E, S. Eagles. Say fly, Eagles fly. Yo, that. What's going on, man? You know who it is. You know what it is. It's your boy Philly Fresh, a.k.a. the General, here reporting for duty. Also, a.k.a. a Four for the Battlebird podcast. You already know how we get down. Man, if you haven't done it, make sure you hit that sub button right down there. I appreciate it. And there's just a little bell right next to it. Let you know when I put this flavor up, man. Appreciate it. Now, we got some things to talk about. Let's get into it. Right to it. If you have not seen it, you've been living under a rock. Miles Sanders will be starting. Miles Sanders will be here. Miles Sanders is one of the reasons why we lost against the Washington football team. We could not run the ball. I mean, we didn't try to run the ball, but I do feel as though if we had Miles Sanders, we would have seen more screens. I feel as though we had Miles Sanders, we would have seen more running games. I felt as though we had Miles Sanders, we would have seen better blocking at the running back position. Blitzes being picked up, stuff like that. Now, when I talk about Boston Scott, because people come, people ain't been in my DMs and all that. Fresh, you talking about Boston Scott. I talked about Boston Scott being an underrated what? Power back. That's what I talked about. I didn't talk about that Boston Scott being a number one back, carrying the load. I never said that. I just talked about him being, he's strong enough and he's so small but so stout that he can get you them 31s. He can get you them goal line stands, stuff like that. He can do that. I wasn't talking about him carrying no load. I wasn't talking about him carrying the ball 20 times. I wasn't talking about him getting 25 touches. Never. And that's one of the reasons why probably that we didn't see that. But Doug, you still had to press the envelope a little bit. You still had to do more. You still had to do more in the running game. Now, with our guy being back, I think that you will see that against this pass rush against in the LA Rams. You will see that against Aaron Donald and the rest of those cats. You're gonna see that, man. You're gonna see Miles Sanders hold his own. You know what I mean? Hopefully he's 100%, at least 90 something. That's what we need you at. Could he have played week 1? Probably. Probably took it for granted that, hey, man, it's the Washington football team. We ain't really got too much to worry about, yada, yada, yada. So they sat him down, which I ain't gonna lie, I agree with. It's nothing that I can say about Miles Sanders not playing that I don't disagree, that I disagree with. He wasn't 100%. He wasn't ready to go. So you don't put him in that predicament to get hurt, especially playing against a team that we all thought that we was going to win anyway. So we can't look back at it now like, damn, Miles Sanders should have played. No, Miles Sanders should have played. No. But Miles Sanders is here. Lane Johnson is back. Derek Barnett, hopefully he finds himself on the darn field. Oh, man, you starting to look like Sidney Jones to me, man. So, got the Miles Sanders situation out of it. So, I want to talk about the good. It wasn't a whole lot of good, but it was some good in this game against the Washington football team last week, y'all. You know what I mean? Everything wasn't bad. Number one, Dallas Goedert looked very good. Dallas Goedert, I want to say 6-7 receptions, 108 yards, 1 touchdown. That's pretty darn good. That's good for a receiver, let alone a tight end. Yards after the catch, held on to the football. Great balance for a big guy like that. People bouncing off of him. Blocking, he was okay at the blocking position. I got to really break down tape again on him. You know what I mean, when it comes to the blocking. But I liked everything else that he did. He showed up. He runs with attitude. You know what I mean? And I like that. And that's something that we need in this offense, man. A guy like that running across the middle. That's going to put his body on the line, knock over a couple defenders, and get you them extra yards, and probably break and go and get you a touchdown or something like that, man. So, I liked it, Dallas Goedert. Number 2, my guy, been telling y'all about the guy. Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat, man. Got pressure, caused the fumble. We didn't get it, but still caused the fumble. He was there. He was there. Got more reps once Graham went out. Then they poured Avery and stuff like that. But Josh Sweat was holding his own. I mean, it's not going to show in the numbers, but obviously he's doing something wrong. Pro Football Focus had him ranked number two in basically the best defensive lineman. And I don't know because I didn't see the rest of the league, but from what I've seen, he was causing terror. I've been telling y'all about Josh Sweat. Look out for the kid. Brandon Graham probably will not be playing, so he's still going to get more playing time. And I think that Derek Barnett's starting job is in jeopardy. And I've been saying this since the end and the beginning of this season. The end of last season, the beginning of the season, I've been saying it about this kid. This kid is a beast. He got the perfect shape. He got moves. Man, watch out for him. Last and not least, definitely not least, shout out to Jack Driscoll. Shout out to Jack Driscoll. Like, seriously, man. Baldy. Shout out to him. I seen something on Twitter. But before that, I already seen that that Driscoll was holding it down. Shout out to Baldy, though. He put up some tape breakdown of Jack Driscoll just holding his own against Chase Young, Montez Sweat, Kerrigan. Anybody they threw at him, he was holding his own. He was not getting bullied. He was not getting listen. Man, I think that this kid, if Lane Johnson doesn't move to left, I feel as though if the kid can play left, though. You know what I mean? If the kid can play left, we got one, y'all. I think we got one. I understand it's only one game, Fresh. Calm down. But you just see certain things. It looked like this kid is better than Dillard already. These are the good things that I see, man. This is the good things that I see. Rhaegar, I understand, the more that I look at that first interception, yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, it's starting to look more and more Rhaegar's fault. But I blame a lot of it on Doug, putting them guys in them positions to where as though they're not going to succeed. That is a timely chemistry route. We don't have chemistry with these rookies. Carson Wentz really doesn't have a lot of chemistry with any of the receivers that played. You can say Deshaun Jackson, but really no. He only played 2-3 games with him. Alshon Jeffrey is really the only guy on the whole Eagles roster that Carson Wentz has some camaraderie with and been throwing the football to for multiple games. I'm talking about like at least 6-7 games. Nobody else. I'm talking about the wide receiver position. We understand tight ends. I'm talking about the wide receiver position. So for you to call them timely routes with 2 rookies, that's a mistake on Doug. But we're going to get back to what was good. Rhaegar, I like Rhaegar. Hightower, I like Hightower. I think he got speed. Greg Ward still got sure hands. That's really it. I mean, Kelsey, man. Jason Kelsey, I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if people are just starting to realize he's just so small, so they're gonna try to bulldoze him. Sometimes he's calling the wrong slide shifts. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna say Kelsey had a bad game, but when the surrounding cast is as bad as it was, I understand. Jason Peters, it's nothing really good I can say about him. I seen him standing around a couple times. I seen him slow. I seen him looking like I got paid. Now what? But it was, like I said, it was some good, man. I'm going to try to go live with y'all probably in like an hour. About to put this out real fast. This is something I had on my mind. Miles Sanders coming back. Comment below. Let me know what y'all think. Until next time, y'all know what it is, man.
Stay Philly, stay fresh.